Alright. As soon as everybody ready's up, we'll drop. Tonight we're going to train lob.
Alright. This seems a little inside.
Just kidding. Squirg, I'm going to put you in the second second group, if that's okay with you.
It's fine with me.
And like in the past, I'm going to rely on you to help me out by running that team.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay.
I figure what we might do is, once we get everybody split up, we'll figure some things out, but that way I've got a helper on the other side if we decide to do some group versus group actions. So let's see, I need to send 2 over, so
any specific mechs to take, or whatever?
Let's set the tonnage limit at 500 tons. You can bring whatever you want inside of 500 tons. What we'll do is, well, let me back up. So what are some concepts that y'all would like to cover tonight?
Team killing.
Alright, Ob, here's the nut still in the little cone cap. Go sit in the corner.
I got a gauze rifle. I can still hit you.
Only if it's rear mounted.
Going back into.
Go ahead, Crazer.
Going back into group runs from pug matches, I was struck by how groups seem to be much more of a pitched battle than the chaos of a pug match. I would love to get some practice on just the setup before the battle. I kept finding myself way out of position.
Okay, so positioning.
I need to know what roles. I noticed when I run out of points.
There's too many people talking. I can't understand what's being said.
Rabble.
On Canyon, we should point out where all the paths are for non-jump jet mechs to reach the upper levels.
That's a good one, but we could probably do that. I could do that myself with YouTube and just point out some of them pretty quickly. It'd be probably more efficient than trying to lead 12 mechs around canyons. What are some combat types that we can demonstrate very quickly? A couple of us, like me and Mage and Squirg and Ob, can demonstrate in small groups maybe, and then we can have them practice against each other. So positioning is a good one. What do you guys feel about using cover and using terrain and all that? Do y'all feel pretty confident in that, or do you want to cover some of that?
Yeah, that's really mech specific too.
I know.
Hang on, Pugsley was saying something, but I gotta notice his volume. He's really quiet in TeamSpeak.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, and you didn't kick in for me yet. Sorry.
That's fine. My mic sucks. Kind of along the same things, positioning, armor sharing, things like that, I guess.
10-4. Armor sharing, positioning.
Just some of the basic rules of what I should do when I'm on a light mech. What's the difference?
Mech rolls. Okay, that's probably good for tonight.
I'm kind of the term armor sharing.
Maybe this is something that can be done over YouTube video. I'm talking about like map specific strategies. Because when I'm in Pugs way down in Tier 5,
it's like Caustic. I'll show you where to go on Caustic.
Yeah, it's like trying to figure out if there's
each
like
map
go
has
to
a certain play style, a tactic to use depending on which side of the map you are.
Yeah.
That's plenty of map tactics.
Also, Nightmare, I know when I first started, it took me forever to get the hang of it, was twisting and brawling. Twisting while brawling.
Twisting and brawling is a very good one as well. And as far as map tactics go, we actually have a thread on the Brethren site for that. I need to go dig it up and bump it. Somebody, I think it was Berserks, actually started making YouTube videos of him running around the maps, and had topographical maps with write-ups and everything on the strategies and the paths and all. I can't remember how far he got. I need to go dig that up and see what's there. It might be that kind of stuff's already been largely done, or it might be that we need to go back and do some more of it.
Well, some of the maps got little facelifts and adjustments.
Yeah. We can ton up here, by the way.
I'll bump up in tonnage. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, so what we'll probably focus on, since I hear positioning and I hear preparation and brawling and twisting, what we'll probably look at tonight is mech movements. And in general, like how to move your mech, where to go, what to do when you're in the fight, and like how to move during a fight if you're facing one opponent or multiple opponents. Actually, no, I'm not going to ton up. I'm going to stay lighter. I want a fast mech so I can demonstrate some concepts.
Alright, Panda, another gargoyle, brother.
That one set up.
I love my gargoyle. Too bad it's gonna be dead when energy draw comes out.
Okay, that one's set up. That'll work. That'll work. I'll take that back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this one back. This one's more of a large, fast hunchback.
That's fine. We'll make 400 tons our limit since both teams are already there. So just take whatever you're comfortable inside of that, and we're gonna do. Let's see.
Probably something with a lot of height variations.
I like Crimson a lot just because it's a simple map, but there's good paths to teach on. It's a good one for training usually. HPG is another good one. What are you mining collective? We were just there.
Well, somebody was asking about lights, so I mean, I was thinking you could do something like that has, like I said, a lot of height variations for escape.
Oh yeah, that would actually be good for mining because you got all the buildings. With light mix with jump jets, or well, actually, if you don't have jump jets, you're kind of in trouble. So maybe what we can do is.
I would like some trading on mining collective. It seems to be my worst map.
Okay, well we can rotate through different maps each time. We'll start with mining and go to different ones.
And my worst one's the volcano one, the Terra.
Terra? Well, we can look at
I
Terra
love that
also.
one.
Alright, once the ob's ready, we'll drop. Alright, launching. Be back in 1 second.
Oh yeah, for Derp Day with Snuggles, one of the events was volleyball. It was everybody was in whatever mech, preferably a heavy, as many LRM5s as you want, much ammo as you want, and a tag. No armor.
Sounds like fun.
And we fought it out at the wrecked ship on Forest Colony. You know, the ship was the net. My derp build for that was a Nova with about 28,000 shots and 1 LRM5 and 12 tags. I spent 1.3 million C-bills on tags that day.
Hey, you're all about wasting money on clan mechs, huh?
Say that doesn't sound like a waste of money at all.
It was properly derpy. Oh, you got a Kodiak Sarge. Nice.
Yeah. Decided to play a free video game, probably spent about $120 on it already.
One thing, since you're in an assault, if you ever start here, you want to go to one of the sides, whichever side everybody's moving up on. Center is death.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things I'm having problems figuring out is like when I'm light, I figure my goal is to go out south.
It used to be the E and the D lines used to be the best, but if you push the Fox line, you have to worry about the dish tower, the building structure with the dish on it. Jump snipers will prefer that building to snipe from.
Generally speaking, what Major's saying is right. You want to push one of the two sidelines.
Ow!
And you usually want to move to your right, whichever sideline's on the right, that's the one you want to take.
You hit me with one of them, all three of my back components.
Don't start shooting each other yet. Don't start
no,
shooting
because
each
I
other
went like
yet.
this. And I hit you with one of the 6s.
I'll alpha you, I swear.
I think mine will hurt more.
Alright, let's all head
Okay, what do
to
you
Delta
got?
5. We'll all group up there.
4 6s and a 15.
I've got 5 6s.
Again, don't shoot each other. Just go to Delta 5 in that open area. We'll all group up there.
New target acquired.
You're not my dad.
I
I do
just
what I
got scouting
want.
buttons from every single member of our team. I just made a whole bunch of C-bills of this for a regular match.
Let's see how many 6s.
That's what this is all
we can
about,
put in
isn't
a
it?
nightmare.
It's the meta C-bills.
Yay! MechWare stopped working for the 3rd time in about 2 hours.
Congratulations, Al. This is gotta be an award, right?
Yeah, right?
You're just spinning in circles. This is
Yep. Yep.
I hope you're streaming this, Iska. I would love to look at that later.
I
This
don't
is
stream,
odd.
unfortunately.
Chasing his tail. Pandas don't chase tails very well. Have you ever seen a panda tail? They're little things.
Not much that pandas do very well, actually.
Except sleep. And disconnect, apparently.
Yep. And team kill. So you be ready.
Once the others catch up, we'll start.
Are we shooting him or something? Or?
No, not yet.
Chief, you've got something on your back.
By the way,
Sure
everybody, the cadre is logging in for MRBC training, so
Oh, 10-4, okay. If you have to go, you can't squirt.
I don't have to go right now, but
Ah, screwed up that jump jet.
10-4.
just letting you all
letting
know
you
if
know
anybody's interested in MRBC.
MRBC is a league play, FYI, for the rest of y'all.
Oh, so you asked about that earlier. I didn't know that.
Cadre is their tagging game is Boss. They're an affiliated unit, a European unit, and they're kind of like a European pirate or gangster unit that we drop with and do stuff with sometimes. Okay, so when you start on this side of the map, Delta 6-ish, you want to push down your Charlie line. You can push down your Delta line if you're quick, but you want to break over to Charlie as soon as you can. And you want to use the cover of the buildings. On this map, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of cover. LRMs aren't as effective if you're careful to use the cover. Light mechs can use jump jets to get over the buildings, same with mediums or heavies, and so it provides a lot of tactical options. There's a lot of variability, lots of good sniper platforms. This map, despite feeling kind of claustrophobic with all the buildings, is actually very open, so you really have to be careful and watch your lanes of fire. If you're not careful, you can get picked off pretty easily by somebody across the map. The center is a really good brawling zone, but it's generally a death ground. You don't want to go there unless your whole team is deathballing it in, and you know for a fact that most of the enemy team is there and kind of careless. If you all go deathballing up there and nobody's there and they've got a firing line set up, somewhere up in here for example, they can shoot through those openings and hit the center platform. And if they get a couple snipers off, either up high behind us, but basically in a 90-degree arc, you have zero cover up top. And at that point, they'll just demolish everything up there. So generally speaking, the only time you want to go center is if it's domination. Otherwise, you want to move around the sides and continually move around the sides, NASCARing if you have to, in an attempt to pick off units as you can. Somebody's staying in my head.
Got something on your head there.
I see that. Is that Iskram?
Can we shoot him now?
That is Iskram.
Headshot lined up and ready.
So, that's Mining Collective in a nutshell. It's a little oversimplified, but if you're in a pug drop, that's pretty much what you're going to have to do is break right, go to the far right side, move down the far right line, Charlie or Foxtrot, whichever one's on your right, and then just keep moving counterclockwise around the map carefully with the largest pug group as you can. In a group match, like what some of you saw just a minute ago, the whole point is to stop the enemy from moving, to tie them down. If you noticed, Sean Ling's group did that very well. We started moving down the correct line, we got to a good position, but then instead of forcing on around the corner, we stopped. Sean's group went center. They actually went that way to move more quickly and to blunt our own push, which worked. We didn't continue through. They had a lot of meta mechs and they were using their coordinated fire very effectively. So to push it would have been very bad for us. The firing line was very strong. So we tried to go around the side, but we kind of waited too long to push around the side, and by that point they were caving us in. What was it, Mage?
They also had the high point at E4.
Yes, they did have.
They had the dish building.
They did have the dish building. They had the high Echo 4 point, which gave them very, very good sniper cover.
And spotting.
And spotting, yep. So we were in a bad position at that point, but we didn't really try to push out of it. And that was partly my fault for not calling it. I was not really paying attention that match.
Yeah, you see, if you start on the 6th line, the strongest is to push the C and D lines, because the enemy team on the other side is going to be pushing the F and the E lines.
Although in this case, they pushed the Delta line as well, and their group was just better. They were very aggressive and they hit us hard. So it comes down to your group tactics, but generally speaking, your best bet is to just watch your minimap and stay with the largest group of players on the minimap. If you're in a group, it should be your unit. If you're in a pug match, it's just however many pugs stuck together at that point. And then you want to concentrate your fires. Even if nobody's cooperating or coordinating, let's say it's a worst case scenario pug match, there's only like 4 mechs that stay together, and nobody's cooperating on what to shoot. They're just shooting random things. Pick out a mech that seems to have decent firepower. Maybe it's a Kodiak, it doesn't really matter. Just something that seems to be dishing out good damage, and shoot the same thing it's shooting. You'll take your mechs down a lot faster that way, and it'll help with the overall pug match in a way that it will be dramatically better than if you were just to shoot your mechs individually. You'd be surprised how much it'll help. As for moving while using cover, when you're in a fight, you want to use your cover and you want to buy yourself time to cool off. So you can use scant cover. There's full cover, partial cover, and what I call scant cover. And you can use that to buy yourself moments of respite in order to cool off, to reload, unjam your guns, whatever you have to do. So, like for example, the light pole here that will block shots. If you're in a fight, you can run, and if you fight your enemy for a second, let's say you're dueling somebody, for example, and you know about how fast he's shooting at you, you can run up here and use this light pole, small as it is, as cover. All you have to do is time your passage with his shot. It's a little difficult, but most people shoot as fast as they can pull the trigger. They just hammer down and fire. So if you're fighting and you notice every couple seconds he shoots an AC-20 at you, then you can run and pass that about the same time. What he's going to do is he's either going to shoot you in a different component, trying to hit whatever he can hit, or he's going to hit that pole. Better cover would be these low buildings here. If you're fighting, you can duck behind the building. Now he can still try to shoot the top of your mech, but he can only hit 50% of your mech while you're behind the building. That gives you some amount of cover. You don't want to stay behind it too long because you won't be able to shoot over it, whereas if he has high mounts, he can. So you want to use it for just a second to throw him for a moment, give yourself time to cool off or to find a different path. So in this case, I might cut that way, and then I might cut right so that I can drop. Once I drop, I've got cover for a moment. I can stop my mech. Your mech will cool faster while it's stopped. And I'm peeking out so you guys can see where I'm at. But I can stop behind the full cover here and let my mech cool off for 3 seconds or 4 seconds before he comes around the corner to shoot at me, whoever this is that I'm fighting. And then I can attack with my guns recharged again. I've actually got some videos on YouTube I should pull of me doing that sort of thing. That would be really good for that. So let's see.
Real quick, Nightmare, there's one other thing that's a personal favorite cover of mine is, I'm over to your right, is using them as covers, doing this little number right here. If that Kodiak hadn't gotten in the way, and then shooting them in the back, if they're not fast.
Jump jets are good to use. You have to be very careful with them for the simple fact that jump jets will prevent you from dissipating heat and sometimes can build heat. They also make you vulnerable to attack. So if you have a lot of jump jets, let's say I'm going to charge Chief just like Iska did. I can use my jump jets. Chief can't hit me here. Now when I land, he's already turned around to face me, so he's waiting to shoot me when I drop. So that's a bad deal for me because he can alpha strike with his full force and do a lot of damage to me.
There's also a half a second delay in terms of your ability to move after you land from a jump.
Exactly. So I'm a sitting duck as soon as he turns around. But if you catch an opponent by surprise, he might not turn around fast enough. And it's also more of like a desperate move. Let's say you're taking a lot of damage or you're lagged and you already can't move. You can jet all the way up and buy yourself a couple seconds and then drop. Maybe your buddy will be able to spot you in that time to cover you. Or maybe he'll lose you for a minute and think you're going over his head and turn the other way. I don't really recommend jump jetting that much anymore in brawling, just because of all the jump jet nerfs.
I love when someone tries to jump jet.
The main reason I do it is like for the bigger ones, like Sarge over here in the Kodiak. I would do this. He's focused on me at this point. I'm giving him my weak side, jump over him. He turns around to face me. Now he's butts to the, and I landed on him, to the entire my team.
Right, and that's a good tactic.
I don't know how I landed on it, but
when
this
you're
is
dueling
great.
somebody or you're fighting in small groups, jump jets will probably get you killed. In a large group with a lot of chaos, especially pug matches, there's 2 of you on the Marauder. Especially pug matches, turning your enemy around like that can work. It can be effective. Watch that square.
They focus on you. They turn their back to the enemy, to all your friends, who then shoots them in the back.
Exactly. But like I said, it's kind of risky because you might be sacrificing yourself in the process.
Because pugs aren't always on the same sheet of music.
Exactly. Alright, and then as far as twisting goes, Iska, you want to demo that with me?
User disconnected from your
I can.
Alright, so if you guys can clear this little open area right here, Maybe you walk over to the sides, me and Iska will just fight in these little 4 squares for a second.
I'm liable to miss, so you may want to spread out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Miss on
Alright,
purpose.
so I'm going to back up. Iska, you stand right there. And I'll back up to the other side, and we'll charge each other and start shooting when I give the
Just
signal.
be careful. If my screen suddenly shakes from a stray shot, I might panic and hit the button and fire.
You might get triggered.
Might actually hit you.
Okay, so with brawling, for those who are newer, brawling has a very important concept called shielding. It's where you alpha strike like that, and then you twist to shield. Oop! I let go of my void. It's where you alpha strike like that, then you twist to shield with one side of your mech. You basically have an idea that you're going to sacrifice part of your mech in order to maintain your overall combat capability. So me and Iska are gonna show that. We're gonna run up and start shooting at each other, and and he's gonna try to kill me, and I'm gonna try to kill him. We're both gonna shield in between each shot. All right, you ready, Iska?
Keep in mind I am already damaged to 2 stray shots from a certain panda.
I am also already slightly damaged, so that should make us even.
You're 99%. How is that?
My legs are hurt.
Okay.
I bumped somebody. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So I took that full on. I didn't bother to force it to us, but now I'm gonna shield. It's a good hit.
Heat level critical.
Helps with my mouse sensitivity.
Oh shit.
Heat level critical.
Oh, I overheated. This could be it.
I'm gonna go easy on you.
If he shot the wrong side.
You gotta go eat.
Oh shit!
You weren't kidding about missing, were you, Iska?
Shut up.
Center torso critical damage.
So you can use your jump jets to hop around, just not jump over people, right?
Shoot, I'm looking for the red.
Oh, yeah, we did it.
Heat level
I
critical.
focused on Mage, but there he is, and I thought, oh shoot, I'm not fighting Mage.
Heat level critical.
And that's it for me. My moment of hesitation looking at Mage, bought it.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, I know. My attractive mech is distracting.
Pulse laser destroyed.
Oh, nope, that's got it.
Torso destroyed.
Yep, I should have shot him while he was overheated. I hesitated. I was like, yes, there he is! Oh shit, he's looking right at me, and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm fighting a summoner.
I somehow managed to hit my arm lock button at that point.
Yeah. So basically, I should have tanked right off the bat. I decided not to show what would happen if you face tank. So I face tanked Iska's first alpha strike and took all his missiles to my center torso, which hurt a lot. And realistically, you wouldn't want to do that. What you could do instead, what I should have done, is when I charged Iska, instead of trying to shoot him, since I have a duration-based weapon and he has a fire and forget weapon, SRMs versus pulse lasers, I should have instead tucked my shoulder towards him and just accepted his first shot. That would have dealt a lot of damage to my left arm, or my right arm, whichever I shield with.
Probably would have ripped it off.
Possibly.
Those are all SRM6 hardness.
Yeah, it possibly would have, but it would have protected my torsos, which are more important anyways. That's where most of my guns are. By not doing that, what happened was I weakened my torsos very badly. He took almost all the armor off my center torso and put up a lot of damage into my side torsos, which meant it was easier for him to fight me later on. I'm looking at Iska's damage right now. I did a good bit of damage to him, but I didn't really hurt him that badly. He's still armored across his whole body. He did a very good job spreading damage, and in the end result, he's still very functional right now as a combat mech. So if I hadn't shielded, he probably still would have got me with that much firepower. But I probably would have opened more components or done more damage, which means I would have been more useful to my team. You also notice when I was tanking, I was trying to tank with my left side as much as I could, but then I would also turn and tank with my right side periodically. That's again to help spread the damage, because even though I'm trying to tank with my left arm, there is overshoot, since it is an SRM brawler that's hitting my left torso, and I don't want to waste my torso too quickly. And then final point real quick, and then everybody can brawl it up with each other. So somebody commented that I was using jump jets, and Iska was also using jump jets. If you notice, Iska was using them to kind of fly, these long sweeping flights around the terrain, whereas I was using them mainly to hop. And the reason why I was using them to hop was to change my speed. what happens is when you do a jump, you hit the ground, there's a half second where your mech decelerates significantly. What I do is I hit that jump, I make a short hop, and while I'm hopping, I hit my kill throttle button, which cuts my throttle to 0, and then I increase throttle in the opposite direction. So if I'm moving forward, I hop and put my throttle all the way back. So when I come down on the ground, there's an instant of massive deceleration, like a hard brake, and then I'm running backwards. So it's to help throw off shots. It also helps with the torso twisting a little bit, because you can twist while in the air. So if I'm leaving the ground in one direction, I twist a little while I'm in the air and I hit the ground again, I'm at a slightly different angle, which means I can shield a little more effectively depending on how I twist
New
it.
target acquired.
But since your turn rate is determined by your engine, jump jets do not help you turn faster. So it's really just to help fake people out. If they aren't paying attention to where your legs are pointed, they might expect you to keep moving in the same direction. And then when you land, you're moving in a different direction. And that's all for now. We got a minute and a half. You guys can roll it up.
It's a pointer for anyone that uses missiles. Your arming reticle is based off of your arm reticles, not your torso reticles. So you want to make sure you keep your actuators if you're using rail or missiles of any kind.
You
that
guys can
require
shoot
a
each
lock-on.
other. You got a minute left to kill as many mechs as you can.
At 25%.
They're shooting each other.
I mean, I watched him hit the guy, but the red thing. Pugsley has killed Mage. Haha, that's awesome. Sarge, where are you going? Get back in the fight.
Didn't really specify it was if it was team against team or it was just
Put a
free for
bandit
all.
on that center torso, soldier. Ik bin Krazer has bit the dust by Iska. Iska got Ik bin.
Whoa.
Try saying that 5 times fast. Yeah, I saw that. Iska,
I'd rather
you just
you
gotta
not.
pull your legs up with the floating glitch. Hey, there's Squirt. Kill him. Sergeant's down. Are those supposed to be Jaws? This guy? Rombley got Pugsley.
Can't supposed to be
End game.
You didn't even shoot Squirt. Why did you shoot Squirt, Iska?
Same reason I like Panda.
Because you wanted to? Or didn't want to? 225 points.
501 team damage.
225 points of team damage.
to you.
Show that one to Holy Brush, right? Look, Holy Brush, Nightmare did 0 enemy damage and 225 points of team damage. What do you have to say to that? He'd flip out.
American dog.
Alright, kicking the
Such a noob tier 2
guys that
player,
got
you.
booted. Now, I'll resend you an invite.
No. Fake noob tier 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get it right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that guy's a piece of work. And Blackout's on too.
Sorry, that his little branding didn't really stick with me. Sorry. It's like a.
With labels.
Here we go. Alright, next map we'll do. We'll do Tourmaline. That's a good one for movement. There's some mistakes that get made on that map frequently that are good to point out. How's everybody doing so far?
Great.
You guys want to
I want to go home.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay, we'll kick Iska out of the airplane without a parachute. Everybody else can go to the next spot.
You're just salty I killed you.
Like I said, I let you kill me. I took that full alpha strike right in the torso. I thought about twisting. I thought, nope, I'll just take it all.
I think you guys should be on opposite teams now.
There we go. How's that?
Are you playing Old Noah in the background?
Old Noah?
Old Noah.
I thought Noah
That
was
music.
old. He was like over 600 years or something when the flood came, right? Wasn't that it? I didn't watch the movie. That was wasn't Russell Crowe? Iska, where'd you go?
I can't handle it.
You need another group invite?
Yeah.
Such a rage quitter.
I'm gonna dub him.
No, that would be another member which will remain nameless. We all know who I'm talking about, though.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Uh-huh. And it went right over his head.
We have a lot of... sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the tonnage, and I was marveling over the huge tonnage gap. We're gonna bump up.
Oh yeah, Mage, were you there for that last night with Night Fury?
What happened?
Night Fury came and joined us for one round. We lost. He rage quit. Said, alright, I'm done. So we stayed in the group, dropped. He was in the group queue with another group on the enemy team.
Really?
We destroyed them.
Good for you. Wow.
I thought it was hilarious. It was like you rage quit and go play with somebody else.
Do you have a video of that?
I wish.
That cracks me up. Fury's kind of a hothead.
Sean Lang was there too. It was hilarious.
Maybe I'll go back through NG&G and see if I can find it. Alright, as soon as Ron and Sarge are ready, we can drop.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
10-4, dropping now. My Jet Force Gemini music just came on, yay! Anybody else here play Jet Force Gemini?
Nope. I don't know what that is.
Nobody's ever heard of it. I always ask people, and nobody's ever heard of it.
Wasn't that the one with the squid people?
No, bug people. Had ants, drones. You played as 3 characters, Juno, Vela, Lupus, and you went around and blew bugs up and they exploded in brightly colored blood all over the walls. It was awesome.
Must be thinking of something else.
It was for the Nintendo 64. I think it was also my first contact with anime, although I didn't realize that's what it was at the time.
Weapons online.
Somebody recently pointed that out to me and I had to go dig up the game and look at it. I was like, wow, you're right. Alright, so starting out here with this. Alright, my team has started out in Charlie 5 and Echo 3. Generally what you want to do is pull back from Echo 3 immediately. If you're left hanging out, what's going to happen is the enemy team is going to swarm you. So you want to pull back and go to Delta 6, Echo 6. Those two sectors make a very good rallying point for everybody on this side of the map. You don't really want to hang out in Echo 6 too long. We call that the Crystal Palace. The main reason is that it's very easy to be flanked and to be overwhelmed in that position if you have an aggressive enemy team.
Our team will the tactical advantage for our team on this side of the map for us is to push the 6-7 line.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
On your side, what you want to do is push down that 7 line. You kind of want to stay out of the ditches. There's a lot of ditches and box canyons down there. You don't want to go in those. You want to stay out of them. If you do move into them, you want to move through them very quickly and purposefully and then out of them. If you stay in them, you will be absolutely destroyed by my team. The reason for that is, think of it, you're in a ditch, there's 0 cover, the enemy can ridge hump and shoot over the ridge down into that box canyon and just shoot you down with complete impunity. It's a really bad position. But it provides very quick movement, so it can be valuable to move straight through it so that you can get to the other side of the map quickly. But then if you stall in the bottom of that box, I don't think I've seen a single match yet that was won from the bottom of that box.
Hello.
Alright, so my team should group in Echo 6. And then once everybody's grouped up in Echo 6, we want to move out and attack the other team.
User entered your channel.
Like I said, if you hang around in Echo 6 too long, you'll get flanked and destroyed. Hey, Berserks. Hey, Blackout. You guys are in time for training night. You want invites?
We're probably gonna do the event real quick.
10-4. We'll probably finish this one and then either do one more. We may or may not do one more. I'm not sure. We'll see. We might just go back to dropping after this. Alright, guys, by the way, treat this like a regular match. Weapons are free.
Target acquired.
Remember, we're probably gonna do 1 match, maybe 2. Probably just 1 though, then call it night, okay?
10-4. Alright, Blackout. I'll catch you later.
Alrighty.
So Igben just went down into Fox 6. I assume y'all's team is going through the canyons.
User was moved out.
Usually, you wouldn't hear us strategizing, but it's fine for this. So we're going to push them, now that you guys are down in the canyons, we're going to push up into Fox 6 behind you and try to catch you in there. That's what the enemy team would generally do. were a little too slow. You're already gone. So we have two options. We can head around and head you off, or we can come in behind you. One of the two. Heading you off is good because we can try to blunt you. Hitting you in the back is also good because then we have rear torso targets. There's also downsides to both. Hitting you in the front means that we make it that much easier for you to push into us, while hitting you in the back means we're also in that death trench. So that means we have to be aggressive and push out of it as well. Remember to stay grouped up. If you scatter out, then it makes you an easy target.
New target acquired. New target
Focus
acquired.
on Charlie, the Warhammer.
Hey, Sarge. Right behind you. On the enemy team. See? Told you.
Target destroyed.
Good kill, Longblade.
New target acquired.
Focus on the green Marauder next for my team.
New target
Alpha.
acquired. Heat level critical.
Get his left torso.
Heat level critical.
Alright, that Marauder's a stick. Ignore it. Focus on Delta next.
Heat level critical.
They're all
Alright, he's also a stick.
New target acquired.
None of them have guns?
Heat level critical. Target destroyed. New target.
Maybe we'll talk about backup guns after this.
Heat level critical.
That's kind of funny. It's the first time I saw that.
Center torso critical damage.
Oh shoot, one of them still got guns. Nearly killed me with that, Iska. You did kill me with that, Iska. Where were you this whole time, Iska?
I was away.
Well, that's right. You said you were stepping away. I was around. I was like, well, we killed them all. Why is the match still going? Then you just walked in and alpha me in the back.
Right after I missed with Sarge. Sorry, Sarge. Couldn't help myself. You were alone.
That was funny.
Yeah, but that's the story of my life. That's what happens to me in every game.
So you guys did a good job pushing through the canyon and then out the other side, and then you wrapped around, which is good. Let's see. When we hit you in the flank, you did a good job turning around to fight back. That was well done. I'd say that the biggest thing that hurt y'all was that you didn't focus your targets very well. You guys kind of looked like you were kind of split up shooting different mechs. And,
yeah, well, I normally use the TeamSpeak, and but if I could give commands over TeamSpeak, you guys could hear them, and it would fucking be counterproductive. I use the in-game VoIP.
Yeah, in-game VoIP, you know, it's a function too. So, anyways, but overall, it looks like it was a good match. It was a very pitched battle, and you know, if Iska had been there instead of like I don't know, maybe chatting up the pizza guy or whatever it was, you know, you guys might have got us. So
I still got you.
You can blame your AFK pug buddy.
I took out 2 of you.
Only
I did my job.
Careless. I forgot to count and make sure they're all dead.
I did the summoner's job. I came around from behind.
That you did. All right.
One thing I would like to point out is, I'm not trying to pick on you, Sarge, but you gotta pay attention to your map.
No, I know what you're talking about, but that's what happens to me in every single match. Because I was the guy who's able to engage somebody and the team walks away from me. I'm like, yeah, all right, back there, getting killed.
The team is going to do that frequently. In MechWarrior, there's 2 very important concepts, probably the most important concepts, period. Movement and speed. You need to always be moving and you need to always be quick. Now, obviously, if you're running a direwolf, something like that, you know, you don't have a lot of quickness, but you need to be quick to react, you need to be quick to respond. And if you're running a slow mech, you need to be quick to see what's coming, to predict movement. So you need to be able to look at the map, to look at the field, recognize your position and the enemy's position or probable position, and realize what's fixing to happen next.
the different approach paths that they will most likely take to get to you.
Exactly. So like in that
Anticipate
last
it.
match, when we pushed into your flank, I mentioned at the beginning we could either head you off or push the flank, and then I pushed the flank. And we all came up behind you. You had two paths at that point. You could wrap around the crystals and try to come up behind us as we push up the ramp, or you could turn around and hit us head on. You chose to hit us head on. I was planning for that, so my whole point was to just use that hill there as cover and rock out and back from behind the hill. I wanted Mage dead first because I know Mage is very capable with his lasers. Then after that I focused on the Marauders because the Marauders are very tanky. I wanted them out of the picture. But go ahead.
If we did wrap around the crystals to try to come back around behind you, you would have just turned around, wouldn't you? You wouldn't follow us down.
No.
It depends.
Probably
In this case, what probably would have happened.
Speed.
In this case,
Because
what probably
if-
would have happened is you would have had to sacrifice a mech. Somebody would have had to stay behind to buy time. 20 seconds maybe, or whatever
That
you
or
could
you
buy.
just keep doing ring around the rosies, and whoever's slow in a group is going to fall behind and is going to get picked off.
Yep, and you just pick off the slowest mech each time. Now, what can happen is if it's a tanky mech, it can buy time, or maybe a couple tanky mechs, it can buy time for you to come up behind us and flank us. In that case, we're stuck behind, we're stuck between two forces. We have to either destroy the mechs in front of us and punch through and move to cover.
But those crystals were too large. The time it takes to make a circuit around it is too long. So
This is theoretical. This is theoretical, Mage. I'm not talking about this specific. I'm saying in general.
It really depends on what the obstacle is.
Yeah, it does depend on the obstacle, but in general, like let's say you have a couple assaults that are moving too slow to keep up with the group, and you recognize you have to get around this corner quickly to hit their flank. What I like to do, and a lot of people don't like this, especially the assault pilots, I look at it and go, you know what? We can't move quick enough for this fight. This is going to be a fast battle if the enemy's moving quickly. So in this case, the assaults are dragging the team down because of their slow speed. It's better to have them turn around and blunt the enemy's movement while the faster mechs move around and flank hard. And what happens is that creates... They need to do two things. They need to create confusion, and they need to put out a high volume of damage to help with that. What will happen is they'll make the enemy team timid, and it'll make them worried about pushing. And the confusion it creates is trying to decide, are these assaults left behind, or has the team turned around? And that can buy you, up to 30 seconds sometimes, which should be enough to complete a flank. If you can't do a flank in 30 seconds, you shouldn't attempt it. I mean, realistically, I like to do them in 20 or less.
It's called a pincer.
Yep. Now, the assaults are going to get trashed and probably killed. But if they do the job right, then they will at least get one other mech, so you'll have an even score even after they go down, or close to even score, even if they don't each kill one. They will have done enough damage that you'll be able to mop up the ones they are shooting at while also flanking the enemy pretty hard. This is a very risky strategy, one I don't like to do a lot. But on pug matches I'll do it, or on matches where, like I said, if we've got a lot of fast mechs, we're in a large group, and we drop with a lot of fast mechs, and we have some pugs with slow mechs, you almost don't have a choice, because you don't really have the coordination to do anything else at that point anyways. But overall, I mean, you just have to look at your terrain, and you have to look at it with the eye towards, is this defensible? Is it not? If you're going to defend it, where are they going to attack from? How can they take it? There's no such thing as a perfectly defensible position. Every position can be taken.
Yeah, always have a path of retreat available in mind available.
Yep. That way you can pull back and continue fighting. And you also really have got to watch that mini-map. It's probably the most important tool you have in the game. And you keep an eye on it, and when you see your mechs starting to move in a certain direction, you need to be able to anticipate what that means, how quickly they're going to move, and if you're in a slow mech, that means you need to start moving before the whole team does, because otherwise you'll get left behind.
That's also where you're going to have your seismic let you know that someone's nearby.
Yeah, that's when we get out to
track seismic
meters,
movements
right?
with the mini-map.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, go for it, Davey.
We do one more match, but one group goes to a different TeamSpeak channel and do it again, and let's see if we get people to, focus targets once they're in their own group. You know what I mean?
I'll take mine to I'll take mine to Leopard 2.
But somebody from Team 2
Terra
should
Therma.
set
Channel switched. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User
Alright,
was
here's the
moved
5
to
of
your
us.
channel.
Normally I call targets for them, but I'll wake people up. It's too late for me to be talking that much.
10 and 4. What I'll do is I'll call targets and lead the drop. This is another good one for movements because you have two strategies. You can go center, you can ring around the center. If you're fast, ringing around the center is better because it usually means you're lighter anyways. You can catch their slower mechs and pull them down, force them out of the center. If you're heavy, it's better to go center, which is more defensible. Sarge, LRMs probably are not a good choice for this map. I don't know if you have another mech you can run or not. If not, you're good. We'll adapt the strategy to match it as best we can.
Nah, I can swap up.
The peaks and the mountains on Terra make LRMs just really difficult to use.
Like, do they have a seasoned brethren on Team 2 to call targets?
Yeah, Mage and Iska both can do it. In the meantime, let me check TeamSpeak here. Not TeamSpeak, Twitch. I mean Twitch. Alright, no comments in Twitch.
User joined your channel.
Okay, Nightmare, I'm gonna tell you I'm dropping off, okay?
10-4 Blackout. Have a good night. Tell everybody I said hey.
Will do. Y'all have a good one.
Alrighty.
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, once Ron's ready, we'll launch the game. I think for this one what we'll do is push the center. It's the simplest strategy for this map, and it favors some of the range mechs that we have. There's not a lot of cover though. The key to winning this will be to shoot what I shoot. I'll call a target and shoot at it with my Direwolf, and everybody else put all their firepower on the same target. We want to kill Mage first, which means he'll be in either a Kodiak or a Warhammer. We want to kill whichever of those two mechs we see.
Nominal.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Let's move to the Golf 8 ramp. I think there's a ramp there. I'm sorry, Golf 6. I'm reading very decisively. Golf 8 is way out there. There is no ramp. And we'll wait for Pugsley to get here before we push in.
You should probably just push in without me. I'm pretty slow.
We'll wait for you. We want the tonnage. We're down 20 tons right off the bat anyways. I should have gone around the right. Plus, you might catch us by the time we get here. I gotta wrap all the way around for I get up there.
Artillery strike online.
Wish I had a cool shot about right now. How's the inside look, Davey? Careful, don't let them shoot you.
Nothing so far.
10-4. Alright, we're spreading out a little too much. If they came up out of Gulf 5 right now, or Fox 7, One or both of your assaults will be dead. You want to stay grouped up a little bit. This is a very appropriate soundtrack for this map.
You lads coming in, or?
I'm coming in very slowly. I'm moving up the ramp now. Alright, everybody in. No sign of them yet?
Not that.
Alright, let's move counterclockwise. Cut right, keep going right. Assaults can't turn very far, so you guys really need to watch our left-hand side. Sound good?
Copy.
Ron, use your speed. See if you can pick them up. Look out the corners of the crater. See if you can find them.
Roger that.
Pugsley, about 150 meters behind you. That's a good spread. Good setup. We each have room to maneuver, but we're close enough to support each other.
Are we just walking around in circles, or what's our game plan?
Let's hold up here in Fox 5. Any sign of them? Thought I heard explosions over somebody's mic. Alright, I want to take a peek here into Fox 4. Ron, you look to the right in Fox 4. I'm going to look left in Golf 4.
My game just froze up.
10-4 charge. No sign of
Roger that.
If you see him bug
You want me
out
to? Alright.
I have no visuals. Alright, everybody come down here to Golf 4-ish, where I'm at. Sarge, how's your game working?
Is not.
10-4, alright, just rally up on Sarge then. We'll wait for him to get back in. You back in? Nope, you're still spinning in circles. Ah, PGI, you're getting close.
Heads up to.
Let's take a defensive position in the center for now. We'll give Sarge a couple minutes, see if it'll iron out for him. You probably don't want to go to the very center, Pugsley, because you have a limited egress from there. It takes you a while to move out of it. You're very vulnerable, and you don't really have any cover. So look to your left and see how I'm using this box. Protecting my whole left side. They can only hit me from one entrance at this point.
Yeah, I misunderstood. You said center.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said center. It was a bad choice on my part. If you move to the other side of the box, you can watch the other side. You and I will have the entire center covered. And then if Davey watches the entrance we just came through, we'll have all 3 points, all 3 fields of fire covered, and Ron can keep sweeping for enemies around the ring. And then Sarge, let us know as soon as you get your game back up.
Yeah, what is my mech even doing anything?
Yeah, you're dancing in a circle. We'll hold position for a few minutes and give you time to work on it.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yep. Looks like we just lost Sarge. Alright, I'll give him till 12 on the counter. If he hasn't rejoined TeamSpeak by 12, we'll move out.
I'm surprised they're not coming mid.
A little bit, yeah. I kind of thought they would, knowing Mage. Makes me think Iska might be leading the other team, because he would prefer to go around or do something different. Okay, we definitely lost Sarge. Alright, be ready. They might start pushing for us now that we're down 1. Kind of unusual we haven't even seen them from the crater, though. You can see most of the map from the crater. So you think we would have seen them at least skulking around a little bit with their own scouts. Sarge, come on, man. 40 seconds, then we have to move. We can't sit too much longer. Alright, looks like we may have just lost Sarge completely. If you're not able to get back in after 2 minutes, usually it means you're done. Alright, we're going to move down Gulf 5 to Gulf 4 just like we did a minute ago. And we're going to go back to the original plan of moving counterclockwise around the crater and see what happens. Ron, can you rally up with us?
Sure.
UAV activated.
I'll leave a UAV behind us, and that way it can watch for us. Davey, you take the right. Check the right as we move out. I'll check the left. Any visuals?
Nope. Not for me.
Continue to follow me. Ron's going to bring up the rear. We're going to swing wide into Hotel 6. We're going to use this lava flow for cover. It's low ground, so you don't want to fight from it. But if you're wanting to move around without being seen, it's good for that. Into the lava flow. You also don't want to stay in lava flows too long in this game because it will damage your legs and heat your back up over time. Alright, my UAV ran out. It was not destroyed, so they're not at center. Basically down 70 tons compared to them, 1 heavy mag. So it's going to be a little tough to win this, but we can do it. Alright, the 3 of us need to stay together pretty tight here, while Ron can continue to move as an outrider, checking ahead of us to see if he can find him. I'd rather have him act as like a sweeper, so that we don't just turn the corner and run into him. Dave, you're doing a good job checking the flank. Contacts?
I am the same way off the distance.
10-4?
Kind of like H4 sort of direction.
Roger that.
I can actually hit him right now. I could hit him with my gas right now. I don't think he can see me yet.
Alright, let's move. Let's not shoot him yet. Let's move toward that direction. I want to get our assaults a little closer.
I won't shoot them.
Actually, you know what? This is a good position. Let's see if we can lure them here. I'm looking at the terrain here. We got good cover, and they got to come through that open pass. Go ahead and peg him with your gas.
He sees me. He sees me.
Peg him then. Peg him.
Taking the shot.
Pugsley, you got to get set up there. I'm going to get this position. We're in a good line here. Were you able to hit him, Davey?
Oh, I hit him, yeah.
Nice.
He knows.
What mech was it?
Warhammer.
That was probably Mage. We'll wait here a minute, see if they come through. Can you still see them?
He's poking his head now and then.
10-4. Ron, can you watch our right hand side in Hotel 5? Make sure they don't try to flank.
Sure. I can do that.
If you watch the right-hand lava flow, they will have to go across your line of sight to flank us. And we've got the left side buttoned up completely. So we should have early warning for flank, and if they try to push left, they got to come down our guns. I don't think they have anything that can match Davy's PPC, so if they stay at range, he'll just pick them apart. Actually, I should probably move over there and help. I've got long-range guns too. But I don't want them to know I've got them yet. I want that to be a surprise.
I think they want us to come to them.
That might be Mage then. He's very big on defense, just like Fury. Alright, we'll push in. We'll take the bait. We'll bite. We've only got 7 minutes left anyways.
Should probably go around India 3, India 4.
Yeah, don't show yourselves to them if you haven't already. Davy should be the only one they know about. Everybody else stay low in the lava flow. Use that as cover so they can't see you. We're going to move straight to India 3. Remember, stay low, Ron, stay low. Don't use your JJs. We'll group in India 3 and give Davy time to catch up to us. Did they see you cross, Davy?
They're hunkered down. They're no longer poking.
Roger that. Alright, don't go over the hill, don't go over the hill. Wait. Remember, we're trying to be stealthy here. You don't want to reveal yourself. Alright, all four of us are here. Alright, let's go over the hill together.
Target acquired.
Contact, they're all here.
There they are.
New target acquired. New target
Focus on
acquired.
Charlie. That's Mage. Get Charlie if you can.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Good kill.
New target acquired.
I'm hot. I'm cooling off for a second. Watch out for the strike.
New target acquired. New target. Artillery strike. New target acquired.
Mistake.
New target acquired. Heat
Roger
level
that.
critical.
Alright, we're doing good. They take a lot of damage. This ground was peeking so carefully.
New target. Ultra autocannon ammo at 25%. New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Gotta watch my ammo. I'm getting low. Alright, let's swing wide. India 3. Swing wide. India 3. Start pressing him a little bit. Careful, Ron. We don't have a way to support you. Are they trying to pull back, Ron?
Looks like they're just kind of hanging out there still.
Alright, let's swing wide, use the cover of the little low hills there to set up. And then also we want to keep that range advantage. We don't want to get too close to them while they still have cover.
Alright, like I said, I got no weapons, so just use me as cover.
This gets hurting. Roger that, Pugsley. The Ebon Jaguar and the Black Marauder with like the smiley face or sword patches, whatever it is, we want to kill those two. That's Iskaram and that's Mage. Remember to stay together, we're getting spread out here. It's fixing to be 2 versus 3 of them. 30 shots from my UAC 10.
Only 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come fight us. It's gonna take me 3 minutes to turn the corner here. M Jaguar right torso's open. I'm cutting right around the corner now. Where are they?
Those?
Nope, there they are. If they'll stop running away, I can actually shoot them. I can't run around the corner fast enough. There we go, clearing the corner now.
Target destroyed. Ultra autocannon ammo
Out of
depleted.
bullets from my UAC 10.
Ultra autocannon ammo at 25%. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Good job, guys. That was very well done. You guys moved perfectly. You focused your fire well. We kept their heads down. When they tried to run, we put the pressure on them. We didn't give them a chance to rally. That was well done. We're even down, like I said, about 70, 75 tons, and we still pulled it out. You guys did great. The movement was very, very good. Everybody moved very well. That was probably the whole reason why we won. If we hadn't moved like that, they would have known what we were doing, and they would have been able to counter it. As it was, we caught them off guard. That was perfect. Alright, let's jump up into the Drunken Skull, and we'll talk about that match, and then we'll split up and do our regular drops and such. Sound good?
User left your channel. Channel joined your channel. User
Alright, guys.
to your channel.
Good game.
No. Good game, guys.
RNG hates me. My UX jammed both at the same time 5 times during that fight.
Mine jam. I had 4 UX jam at once during that fight. All I could think was, please don't let them push us now. So, a couple things. One, you guys had an interesting defensive position, and not a bad position.
It's the most defensible position on the map.
Wasn't bad, but you guys were too attached to it, and you stood there for too long. Gave us a chance to feel you out and to come up with a strategy for countering it. The other problem was that you guys didn't maintain your firing line. You started playing like whack-a-mole. You'd pop up one at a time. The problem with peeking, even though it's a good strategy for like a skirmish, is that when you have a firing line like us set up, when you peek, you give us a single target to focus all of our firepower on at that moment. And so when that happens, we were
I got lit up.
Yeah, you saw what happened, Lob. You peeked, you had like 3 mechs shoot at you all at the same time. So
I kept trying to rotate, but I was still getting hit so hard. It was hard to get out of it.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
really
why
hard
I got
to stand there and
so
take
fast.
that. What'd you say, Crazer? I'm sorry.
That's why I got focused so fast. I was just standing there.
Exactly. That might have been you I shot. One of you guys is standing there on the hill, and I noticed even after the others started rocking back and forth and peeking, you were still standing there, so I just unloaded on you and corded you out.
Yeah, I thought we were going to focus.
Yeah.
I saw you guys going back and forth a little bit. You guys were peeking out and then going back behind the corner and then coming back out around.
Yeah, we were peeking, and the reason why it worked really well for us, the peeking side of it, is that you guys didn't really have any ranged guns. A couple of you had some ranged firepower, but a couple of you really weren't shooting that much, and if you were, it was very ineffective because the damage drop off was so much. So you guys were set up for a static, ranged defensive battle, but you didn't really have mechs that could fight a ranged engagement effectively. Whereas we had a PPC sniper and then my Direwolf, which has triple UAC 5s and 2 UAC 10s. I'm not sure what Pugsley had in a stalker, but I know he was throwing some rounds down range.
4ER large.
4ER large, that'll do it. So we had 3 ranged mechs plus Ron for scouting. We lost Sarge. He got discoed pretty early in the match. He was I think he was a pulse laser brawler though, if I remember right. He was our infighter. So we had a long range setup, and you guys had kind of a mid range setup, and we were fighting at the upper end of mid range, the bottom end of long range. So it was right at y'all's limit, so to speak, whereas it was right at the bottom end of our range. So it was actually better for us in that kind of a trade-off. And you tried to fight that for too long. Once after the initial engagement, you guys started taking huge damage.
I didn't realize everyone was single poking.
Yeah, after that initial engagement, well, the single poking itself wouldn't have been an issue because that's what we were doing. Except that in this case,
we should have not poked at all and allowed you to come in closer.
See, in that case, I probably would have just pushed in because of the time. We're at a normal match. What we would have done is we would have gone around the other side, or we would have done something else to force you out of your position. We would have just walked in under your guns.
A normal match, we'd actually have a mix of long range LRMs and various fucking
loadouts. In that situation,
yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, because see, the mid-range guys would be down low, and the snipers should be up on top on the volcanoes. And there's two volcanoes. There's one right across the way, right above where you guys were, the snipers, the pop-tart snipers are up in there.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right? And when you try to defend a static position, you cede control of the battlefield to the opposing team. And the opposing team then has time. They can run the clock down. They have time to sit there and cipher out a way of taking the position. You have to really have your forces really set up for defending that position in order to hold it. If you don't have your forces set up, or if you don't have a cohesive group, you will never be able to hold that position against a concentrated attack by a cohesive group.
So if you're on assault mode, that's where the base is.
Well, in assault mode, yeah, that's where the base is. I mean, you don't really have a choice. But if it's like skirmish or something else, I mean, it doesn't work as well. In this case, what happened was, like I said, the single poking, both teams did it, so that part canceled out. What really made the difference was the weapons used. I put up a lot of damage because I had a lot of long-range, rapid-fire weapons that ran
I was
cool
going
on
to
that
use
map.
a different mech, but I didn't have modules on them because I had them all pulled off because I'm going to run my lights and my mediums.
Well, the main point I'm trying to make here, Mage, is that our team was built for range and y'all's wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
But what happened was you guys didn't recognize that quickly enough, and you continued to try to poke. Partway through the fight, if you watch the video, you'll notice partway through the fight, I realized y'all weren't really doing much at range. We took out your Gauss sniper, and after that, you guys really didn't have much bite. So I stopped rocking completely, just stood in the open and just traded shots, because at that point you guys couldn't really hurt my mech. And then a little while later, you guys kind of realized you couldn't do that, so you tried to pull out of the position, but by that point it was too late. You sustained too much damage, Romblay was hounding y'all, and you guys were delayed enough by Ron that I was able to flank you with my Daishi. And I had, of course, Pugsley Stalker was there. You guys actually did limb him. He was a stick. But he moved along with us, which was excellent, and acted as a meat shield and an extra target to create confusion, which is what you should always do if your mech gets disabled. A lot of people will like to go hide and power down to protect their KDR, but realistically, that doesn't help the team. Even if you have no guns, so long as you're in the fight, that's an extra target, an extra moment of hesitation or confusion that the enemy has to deal with, and an extra bit of distraction to help your team. And then, of course, Davey was there with his PPC Jaeger, and he took a high ground and was shooting down on you guys. So for us, it was a very smooth, coordinated movement with a careful attack. For y'all, it was a pretty good defensive setup, just the wrong mech loadouts for it. If you guys had longer range mechs, it would have been probably a bad thing for us. We probably would have lost that match.
One guy almost took me out, the Ebon Jaguar, but it was too late at that stage. Snuck up behind me very well though.
That was Iska. He's like a sneaky little ninja.
Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty.
Yeah, I got you this time though. I ran out of UAC 10s on you. I'm using my UAC 5s. I'm watching the ammo tick down. Like, I've only got 18 shots left when you dropped.
That happened, Jack. Hey, squishy.
They're glass cannons. So, anybody have questions or comments?
No, it's helpful.
Well, I'm curious to know, when we attacked you guys from the left, were you ready for us to pop out and the left in force like that, or did you think?
Yep, I was just spotting it all your movement.
Yeah, we could see you coming down the ramp and all that.
Well, I mean, at the very end, right when we pushed up on that hill, when we started trading at range, I'm curious about this because I'm not sure if it was effective or not. I was trying to use the lava flow to hide our movement when I had my Daisy in the stock.
I knew you guys would come down the eye line.
You knew
I had suggested that you might be coming around the eye line because it was our biggest vulnerability, but I don't think we saw you coming.
Okay.
No, we didn't see it until shots started getting traded.
10-4. That's what I was trying to figure out if the lava flow had been deep enough to hide us or not. It was a gamble.
I knew you'd be coming either through H4 or along the eye line, but
we chose
the delay
eye
had
line
been so long.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Crazer.
The delay had been so long. I was wondering if you guys had actually gone around. You were just using the Gauss to keep us, or not the Gauss, the PPC to keep us occupied when you circled back around.
Trying to shoot at the mountain run that. He only hit me once.
I was doing that to to get you guys to think that we were still waiting for you to come to us.
Yeah, I got us thinking about that.
That was exactly the point. Davey did an excellent job baiting you guys like that. And it was risky. If you guys had picked up on it and moved in, you would have caught him by himself, or you would have moved into our flank while we were in a hot lava flow, which would have put us at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, we also had a 64 kph mech in our group, so we were only as fast as that slow mech.
I was like 54, so you guys were still, your top speed was still faster than our top speed, but that probably wouldn't have been enough to complete that kind of an interception. For us, it was risky because we didn't know what mechs he had. All we knew was the one Warhammer. It was a calculated risk. I decided to move left into India 3 because of two reasons. One, I felt like the cover there was really good with that lava trench. It really was a good setup for us. And it was a lot shorter than going around the wide route, which would have put us in a bad position because as slow as my mech was, it would have taken too long.
Normally, with a full team, you can defend that corner excellently. Because you would have another group on the mountain that would be right above you, and then you have your brawlers down low.
Well, in this case, we didn't have a full team, so this was a small group.
I tried to make it work.
But the other reason why I moved left was because I was thinking about where y'all were in terms of your location, and if we popped out on your left, that should have put you guys in a worse position in my mind, because there's less chance for us to come out on the left than there would have been for us to come out on the right. If that makes sense, it's better. It's better in a
the 3 line and the I line are the avenues to attack that position.
Yep, but realistically, if you think about it, it's better to pop out on our right, your left, because that gives us better positions for maneuvering. It's more of an open area for us with more routes. Popping out on our left, your right, in India 3. Puts our backs to the wall. We only have one escape path, so it's much more limited. It's not as tactically smart, although strategically it puts us in a better position to counter you.
Well, it made sense in that instance because you already had the initiative. We gave you the initiative entirely.
Exactly. Maintaining the combat initiative is very, very important in MechWarrior. If you don't maintain the combat initiative, you can have a much harder time fighting the match and winning it. 9 out of 10 times, the aggressive team wins.
Yeah, we already showed an unwillingness to leave that mountaintop, so having your backs to the wall didn't seem like a huge risk for you.
Yeah, well, in the video, when exactly, Crazer, exactly. And in the video, you hear me comment something about that. We're looking for you guys, and we're moving in a group, and we had Ron up front sweeping. Me and Pugsley were in the center, and I had Davey periodically doing a crazy Ivan to check our sitch.
Oh, goody.
Go ahead, Iska. Okay. And so
no,
Davey,
I was just saying.
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying I disconnected.
Oh, okay. So Davey at one point says we have enemy contact, and he described it, said they hadn't seen it yet, so we set up we were going to try to sneak in, and then they saw us, so I said, you know what, this is a good position here. We've got a run a rise, we've got a sweeping area in front of us, a lava trench, provides a natural obstruction. Well, one bridge over it, said we're going to set up here and receive, because they're probably coming up right on top of us. I assumed you guys were pushing after us at that point, and with our speed, I knew we wouldn't be able to escape. So we set up to receive in a very strong position. And after a few moments, when nobody came around the corner, I had Davey start poking you guys, and long story short, we figured out you guys wanted to defend. At that point, I decided the match was ours, because if you guys weren't going to push us, then you wouldn't take advantage of our low mobility, which means we had we'd be able to use the timer to our advantage to nickel and dime away at you guys at range. My main concern in this match, since we were down 1 mech and basically 75 tons compared to your team, was that you guys would push us aggressively. We wouldn't be able to take you guys if you did that. But you gave us an advantage by camping.
I thought you were trying to trick us by sending him out of the game.
No, for real, he crashed. In fact, we camped in this. We went center, thinking you guys might go center, and to be honest, the center gave us an advantage with our range combat. When you guys weren't there, we moved out of center to go hunt, and he discoed as we were leaving the center.
I'll be right back.
So his mech got stuck in the center, right in the opening of one of the entryways, and it was just making like a left-handed dancing, kind of prancing maneuver. It was really humorous. We gave him 2.5 minutes to log back in, and we bunkered down in the center for 2.5 minutes, and when he didn't re-enter TeamSpeak after 2.5 minutes, we went ahead and moved out from there. We were down about 20 tons going into the match, and then losing his crowd put us at about a 75-ton disadvantage.
We were watching the Firebrand climb up and go up and down that ramp. When did you actually spot us?
At the end of the match, or when you say ramp,
No,
you mean
at the beginning. We saw him go up and down that ramp a few times coming out of the center.
Multiple times, I saw the whole group moving down the ramp, and then back up the ramp, and then back down the ramp.
Yeah, we
At
poked
one
in
point,
and out.
somebody
Around
popped
that
a
time, we
UAV.
were having trouble with Sarge and his connectivity, so we were trying not to get too far from him. We wanted to protect him in case he could reconnect. Well, at the same time, we wanted to be able to pick you guys up early if you're coming in on us. And that was mainly the reason for the in and outs. But we didn't really spot you until toward the very end. Your mechs were neutral colors and didn't really show up very easily, so we didn't see you right away.
Well, you didn't see my white Warhammer on top of the hill.
No, even on my screen when I was shooting at you, your Warhammer didn't look that bright. It was actually kind of dim on my screen. I don't know if it's the lighting, my graphics settings, or what, but none of your guys' mechs showed up very easily. I was really relying on the red boxes to approximate where your mech was and then shoot in the red box to hit you. I was using distance ratios from the walls of the red boxes to put my damage down range because I couldn't see you guys very well with my eyes. And somebody had, a couple of you guys had bright decals, and I used the decals as markers. That's what I used on Mage. I knew he had the 2 bright decals on his shoulders. So whenever I saw Mage pop the corner, I would shoot at his decals, use those as targets. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for training night.
The color of my decals.
Does anybody else have questions?
No.
10-4, alright. If not, then we can all leave the lobby and do normal drops.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm back in. I thought my game froze.
We gonna get in one group or 2 groups so we can get bigger days?
Let's do 2 groups for bigger drops. I'm probably only going to do 1 or 2.
I should probably go to bed, guys. It's late.
Oh my gosh, actually it is. It is late here.
It's like 11. Yeah, I'm gonna drop out too.
Yeah.
Okay, doke.
Alright guys, that was a lot of fun. Sorry for going so long, normally it doesn't. But I think we covered some good ground. We do have a training thread. Or go ahead, Lob.
No, I just said I had fun tonight, guys. Thanks.
It was fun, and we do have a training thread on the Brethren website that I'll go bump and bring it up to the top of the most recent threads list. And we have on that thread, we have some write-ups, some advice. We also have a link to my YouTube channel, which has an unlisted playlist of videos that are all from our past training nights, including some videos that you can't find on my YouTube because they're private videos that you can only see using that link. And they include things from use of cover to game mechanics like heat and crits and all that kind of stuff. Lots of movement and tactics and all kinds of other stuff like that. There's about 20 videos in the group, roughly speaking. So if you guys want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. We use them for training night and then also to catalog our trainings and as like a video library to help new pilots.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you.
Alright, no problem guys. Thanks for the drops and have a good night.
Good night.
You too, man.
Catch y'all later.
Disconnected.
Alright, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, be sure to tune in next time or subscribe. For now, this is 901 signing off. Have a good night.